Oh, fuck. Let's go. So I'm in District 1, it's just finished raining. I got soaked, but that's okay. My bike just about stood up. I waterproofed it again a few days ago and touch wood, seems to be okay. So dealing with the traffic in Vietnam, that's the title of today's quick video. We're just coming into rush hour now, it's just before 5 p.m. and I'm going to give you a little bit of information about driving here. What's it like to get around in rush hour? Should you ride a bicycle like me? Maybe. So you can typically turn right on a red light in Vietnam, or at least that's what I've been told. So this is Dien Bien Phu Street, one of the busiest streets out of the city. You can probably see it starting to swell up a bit now. God, you can smell the fumes. So in Vietnam, you can probably notice all the motorcycles stay on the right, cars, trucks, everything else on the left. And that's the way it is throughout the whole country. They segregate the traffic. Motorcycles on the right, cars on the left. I personally don't think it works that well because there's a lot more motorcycles and you often see the car lanes, especially in smaller cities, like kind of empty. And the motorcycle lanes are packed, which kind of just causes a lot of congestion. So what do you have to be aware of when driving here? Well, the bigger vehicle rules. So no traffic is really going to give way to you here, and that's just the way it is, and you have to be prepared for that. People kind of push their way out, edge their way out, and then traffic will eventually stop when they have to. But there's no flashing of lights to give way like you would experience in the UK or in Western Europe. People will not stop, they will not give way. And like I said, the largest vehicle kind of rules the road, so watch out for buses and lorries in particular. And of course ambulances. But if you're new to the country, keep out the way of buses, lorries, minibuses, stuff like that, because they will not stop. One of the things you'll notice is people will just pull out of the junction here without looking left. So you can see nobody turns their head to look left. And when you first come to Vietnam, that kind of blows your mind. Why would you pull out of a junction and not look left or right, depending on where you're coming out of? But it's just part of the driving style here, and you get used to it and you expect it. So when you expect it, you're prepared for it, and you know to swerve out the way or stop, depending on how fast they're coming at you. And you can see here everyone's just edging forward, nobody's giving way, and then eventually, yes, you'll make it through. It kind of works. I often hear people using the analogy, it's like a shoal of fish. I suppose it's kind of like that. One thing I like about being on my bicycle is I'm higher up than most people, so I can see very well in front of me, which helps keep me orientated on the road, and I feel a lot safer actually. Also, speed on a bicycle is obviously not too much, so safer in that way as well. I very rarely come out in rush hour like this. I don't like it for obvious reasons, but if I have to, like today, I had to pick up some documents my new visa actually, my new TLC has arrived, which is very surprising. Even my HR was surprised, so that's really good news. The mysteries of immigration in Vietnam. So yeah, lucky to get that. You see ambulance up the front here, but unfortunately people don't tend to give way to an ambulance either. Partly because there's nowhere to give way to. The roads are so busy, where can you go? So when you enter a roundabout like this, obviously I'm British and I'm used to having roundabouts, but there's no traffic gives way to you entering the roundabout. It's just a free-for-all, so you just pile in and go for it. Wait. And it normally works. Normally. Watch out for the carts. There's a lot of trash carts around and food carts on the road. They're often going the wrong way, on the wrong side of the road. And they spring up out of nowhere, especially at night because they don't have lights. There's an example of one now in front of me here. And these guys will be around 24/7, and you don't want to prang the back of them if you can help it. So I just found out that Vietnam do recognise 2- and 3-year international driving permits. So you can get a 3-year international driving permit, and that should be recognised in Vietnam. So it's just a copy of your home licence. And legally that should be recognised here. There's an IDP website you can go to get more information about that. And I'll put the link below, guys, so you can see. So I would recommend getting that. It's super cheap in the UK. It costs about $7 to get that certificate. It'll last you for 3 years. If you're going to be here long term, it's worth trying to get a local license. And that's where it becomes a bit tricky, because the written test is all in Vietnamese. And the written test is actually quite hard. You've got to know Vietnamese very well. Of course, there are ways around everything here. But I've never done the test myself. What I have done, and what I'm about to do again, because I've just got my new TRC, is to convert my home license into a Vietnamese one. So I should very easily be able to get a 2-year driving license now in the next couple of weeks. And that'll be the equivalent of my home license, so I can drive a car, motorbike. And that'll cost me about, I think it's about 450,000 dong, between 20 and 30 US dollars, to do notarization of home license, translation, and then fee to convert your license. And I believe the office is in Nguyen Thi Minh Khai in District 3. You go there, they take your photos, you give in your details, your translated, notarized home license, and then a couple of weeks later, you pick up your nice shiny new Vietnamese license, and you'll be legal to drive here. It's quite important because, as you can see, guys, it's crazy and chaotic, and I've witnessed so many accidents here. You know, you get cars pushing past you, leaving you just a couple of inches space, and you feel like you don't exist. So if you're driving legally, if you do get into an accident and you have the proper license, then you're gonna get more of a fair, you're gonna be treated in a fairer way, I would say. It's not going to be automatically your fault. Whereas if you don't have a license, they're just going to pin it on you, and it's your fault, even if it wasn't. I would say that the majority of my colleagues don't drive a motorbike here. They just take Grab. I know I always go on about Grab, but it is really cool. cheap and efficient transportation. But of course you're at the mercy of somebody else driving you, but that's okay. Some of my friends swear by a motorbike though. They won't, they will not leave the house without their motorbike. They use it every day, and it is really handy. I love my e-bike. I like biking, so that does me for now, but in the future I may get a motorbike again. Let's see how it goes. I like to have a driving license. You may ask, why bother getting a driving license then if you just have an e-bike? Well, when I go on holiday, Da Nang, Nha Trang, go around Vietnam, I like to hire a motorbike. And it's just a little bit more peace of mind that you've got a local license. If you get stopped by the police, you're not going to be asked for, you're not going to be hassled too much. They'll probably just wave you on your way. This is the metro line over here. This will be the District 2 metro stop here. No idea when, but it'll be nice when that's done. Although, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if people are going to give their motorbikes up. The Vietnamese love motorbikes. It's a motorbike culture. Motorbikes are cheap here, cheap to buy, cheap to maintain. I don't know. Can't see it. Dragon fruit. There's also a problem of no signalling and cars straddling the middle of the roads. And you can see, big car, I'm the boss. I don't know if you remember, guys, the video game Mario Kart. I think it's Nintendo, right? Nintendo 64. Sometimes when I drive down this road here, which I'm about to show you, the Mario Kart tune always plays in my head. So I'm showing it all to you today, guys. The city roads, the back broken roads. This is where I'm really glad I got a bit of electricity behind me, because always awkward to pedal through this type of terrain. But the good old e-bike making light work of it. You often see on YouTube a lot of people coming to Vietnam, especially at the moment, and they come for like 1 month, maybe 2 months. They do like a motorbike tour. And maybe they do the North Tour and Sapa, or they do the whole country, like Hanoi to Saigon, Saigon to Hanoi. I mean, fair play to them. Fair play doing that, but I think it's incredibly dangerous. Imagine over 1,000 kilometers of riding on, obviously not all the roads are like this, and once you get out of the city, it's not as busy as this. But what happens is, in Vietnam, is in the cities people drive fairly slowly. But once you get out of the cities, or even in the smaller cities like Da Nang, people drive a lot faster. So potentially more dangerous. But anyhow, I've done a bit of motorbike riding in Vietnam, not as much as most of my friends, and not as much as people you see on YouTube. Maybe I'm getting old. I just don't fancy it anymore. So anyhow, there we go. Just a quick look at the traffic in the centre and just outside the centre. That is what you will have to deal with if you come here to work and you choose to ride a motorbike, or even you drive a car. You're going to be stuck in that every morning, every afternoon. So hopefully we will see the metro come to fruition soon and sort out all the traffic problems. Although I think it will help, but not in a hugely significant way, in my opinion. Motorbike culture is just too ingrained here, and it's not going to go away overnight. Awesome. All right, guys. Signing off. Oh, fuck. Good old bus. The driver the wrong side of the road with his lights on. Okay. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Catch you later.